Spring Church, this is Emily. I've been asked to bring an encouraging word for you, so I really hope that it does encourage you. This is something that's actually been on my mind for a few months now, and it's about miracles and prayer, and asking the Lord for things that are on your heart, and so I'm just going to dive right into it. So I wanted to start with Genesis 32 verses 24 to 29. So it says, "But Jacob stayed behind by himself, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. When the man saw that he couldn't get the best of Jacob as they wrestled, he deliberately threw Jacob's hip out of joint. The man said, 'Let me go, it's daybreak.' Jacob said, 'I'm not letting you go till you bless me.' The man said, 'What's your name?' He answered, 'Jacob.' The man said, 'But no longer. Your name is no longer Jacob. From now on it's Israel,' which means God wrestler. You've wrestled with God, and you've come through." Jacob asked, "And what's your name?" The man said, "Why do you want to know my name?" And then, right then and there, he blessed him. Now, I don't want to delve into personal things with everybody, but John and I have been praying for miracles in our life, and many of them haven't come to pass yet. I hadn't been reading this verse for a long time, but the Lord really reminded me. He was like, you can wrestle with me for what you're wanting, what you're desiring. And so I really felt the Holy Spirit asked me to bring this to you. So that's one of the ways that you can get your miracle. You can wrestle with God. So I'm going to go into the next one. So it's Matthew 15 verses 21 to 28. It says, "From there, Jesus took a trip to Tyre and Sidon. If I said those wrong, please forgive me. They had hardly arrived when a Canaanite woman came down from the hills and pleaded, 'Mercy, Master, Son of David, my daughter is cruelly inflicted by an evil spirit.' Jesus ignored her. The disciples came and complained, 'Now she's bothering us. Would you please take care of her? She's driving us crazy.' Jesus refused, telling them, 'I've got my hands full dealing with the lost sheep of Israel.' Then the woman came back to Jesus, went to her knees and begged, 'Master, help me.' He said, 'It's not right to take bread out of children's mouths and throw it to dogs.' She was quick. 'You're right, Master, but beggar dogs do get scraps from the Master's table.' Jesus gave in. 'Oh, woman, your faith is something else. What you want is what you get.' Right then, her daughter became well." I love that. When I actually first read that, and I'm being completely honest with you, I was annoyed with Jesus because I thought, she's desperate for a miracle for her daughter and he's ignoring her. Really, Jesus was doing amazing things. He was finding people who are lost and bringing them to salvation. But what is amazing is that she kept going on at him. She almost was pestering him. Even the disciples were fed up of her. And in the end, he gave in and he said, "Your faith is something else. What you want is what you get." And I feel like that's another way that you can beg for your miracle, or you can get your miracle, is through begging. And that sounds like we shouldn't have to. But I think getting on our knees and pleading and crying out for a miracle really moves Jesus. And he will eventually be like, "Your faith is something else. What you want is what you'll get." So my final verse is Matthew 20 verses 29 to 34. It says, "As they were leaving Jericho, a huge crowd followed. Suddenly they came upon 2 blind men sitting alongside the road. When they heard it was Jesus passing, they cried out, 'Master, have mercy on us. Mercy, Son of David.' The crowd tried to hush them up, but they got all the louder, crying, 'Master, have mercy on us. Mercy, Son of David.' Jesus stopped and called over, 'What do you want from me?' They said, 'Master, we want our eyes opened. We want to see.' Deeply moved, Jesus touched their eyes. They had their sight back that very instant and joined the procession." Deeply moved. I love that we can move Jesus. We can move Jesus for our healing. We can move Jesus for miracles. We can move Jesus to answer our prayers. So I did want this to be short and sweet, but I just felt like the Holy Spirit was saying to me, there's loads of ways that we can ask for our miracles, that we can pray and things like that, but the 3 things that really stood out for me is that we can move God. We can move him by wrestling with him for our blessing, like Jacob did. The woman moved Jesus by getting on her knees and pleading after going through him first, the disciples, and then back to Jesus. And one thing I love about that woman is that she kept going back to Jesus. She didn't go to anyone else. She kept going back to him. And through that, through her faith that only he could heal her daughter, he had granted her that healing. And then the final one is when the blind men moved Jesus. He was deeply moved by their cries. And so I just really wanted to encourage you, if you have been praying for something, if you've been waiting for something for a long time, even if it's just the past few days during this crisis, even if it's the past few months, years, we can move him, we can wrestle with him, we can plead. And it sounds like a lot of work, but I just wanted to really encourage you and say that it's possible. And 2 or more people agree on earth, and it shall be done in heaven. And I truly believe that. So I just really love to encourage you, don't let go of your hopes and dreams, just keep hold of them, because he can be moved. And in fact, that song, This Is a Move, that's about the whole world, all of our souls, but this is a move, we can move Jesus. So I just wanted to bring that to you today. I'm just going to finish with a prayer, and I hope that this has been encouraging. So Lord, for those of us who have put down our dreams, for those of us who have been hurt, who feel like that lady where Jesus has said no, and that we've actually given up, Lord, I just ask that you remind us to get up and keep going, to keep asking. And Lord, that those miracles start coming to light, that those prayers start being answered, that we are filled with hope, especially during these horrible times, Lord. Hope, hope, hope. And that knowledge that you answer prayers, that you do miracles, you are the miracle maker. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you all.